So, hi everyone. In this session, we are going to talk about Python and how can we use Python to do some programming. So, Python is a programming language that is easy and it's an open source, so you can use that anywhere. You don't have to install it on your device because you can do your programming online using many application or platforms available there. So, for example, one of the application here is onlinegpd.com. So you can write down your codes and you can understand what's going on with this system. First of all, in order to understand what is Python, it is just a language the computer can use to interpret whatever you are going to asking it to do. So let's say, for example, if you need the computer to do some calculation for you. So in this case, you need to understand that the computer is not a human, so it doesn't interpret the things the way we do. So we need an interpreter, the code interpreter. So if you're using Python, you need a Python code interpreter. And just imagine this interpreter just like a translator which can change your language, the commands you are giving to your computer, to a language that is understandable and accessible to the device itself. So let's say, for example, I want to add 5 to 5. How can I make my computer understand this? So here, if we use this, so if I write down 5 plus 5 and click the enter, and you need to run this, you don't have anything. But because of the language you're using, which is Python, so in this case, you need to write it in a certain way because the computer does not understand it the way you understand your thing. So here, if I write it in this way, which is print, and I open a bracket, 5 plus 5, and then I close the brackets. In this case, we have 10. So in this case, we could say that the computer the computer understood what I said and executed the command that I've just delivered. So in this case, it's a good way of understanding the language the computer can use to process many things. So if I'd like to ask the computer to write down my name, again, you need to write down print, and print, you need to say my name is Scooter. In this case, the computer will say, my name is Gudesi, my name is Gura. It's so simple. It comes in handy, pretty neat, right? So in this case, your computer understands what you told it to do. So in order to start writing your own programming language, you need to know how the computer processes the information that you are inputting. So in this case, you need to know the language, the interpreter, and also you need to know the kind of commands and how to write them down. So just imagine again, Python as a language. If you would like to imagine yourself learning a new language, let's say Arabic, let's say German, let's say one of the sophisticated languages. So in order to understand this language, you need to immerse yourself in um, a country or a place wherein people speak this language. So let's say, for example, you're going to travel to Spain, you're going to travel to Germany, you're going to travel to one of the Arab countries. In this case, you'll be able to get some input, right? So the said could be, in that said, we could say the same is applicable when it comes to learning a new language of the computer. So this language is Python, for example. So we need an interpreter. At first, it's too hard for us to understand how our computer handles the information that is being inputted. So in this case, we need an interpreter, and also we need some kind of background about the commands that is used. So here, if I'd like to ask my computer to write something for me, I need to say print, and print is not printing out anything, just writing it down. And let's say, for example, I need to ask someone to input something. So I'm gonna write down name equal Gouda, and I'm gonna say print hello plus name. So let's say how the computer executes this. So my name is Gouda, traceable, we have a problem. So in this case, we need to put any strings, and we're gonna find out the data type later on in another video, how the computer processes the different types. So we have str, we have int, we have float, so we have integer, we have strings, and we have floats, and we're gonna find out the different type of all of these. So let's try down execute. Here we have my name is Gouda, which is the first one, name equals Gouda, and print hello plus name. So in this case, name, so the file main Python line 3 name Gouda, so name Gouda is not defined. So you need to put it down, put it between two brackets, and in this case, ask it to yes, hello, plus the name. So in this case, name. So let's write down names to find out what's gonna happen. Do we have any errors? Yes. So in this case, see, I asked my computer trying down my name, and my name is equal to name. And then I asked the computer to process this and to execute this and to say, hello, Gouda. If you'd like it to do some space, in this case, it's so simple. See, that's super easy. If you'd like your computer to do some calculation to do the math for you, so you're gonna use to print and then write down your number between two brackets. In this case, we have 10. So you could use addition, you could use subtraction, you could use also, let's say, 5 to the power of um, 2 to the power 5. So what is the result here? So it's 22. So if we multiply 2 itself 5 times, so it will be 32. So in this case, we can use this. See, it's super easy, super gritty. And later on, we're gonna go into the nitty gritty of doing this. It's super easy and it's super interesting, and we can do this very fast. You know that using Python is not easy at first, but again, remember when you start learning your target language, whether it's French, it's Spain, you need to be immersed in this. And what do you mean by immersing when it comes to programming? It is simply practicing what is being done here. So keep practicing and don't give up. Whenever you have a problem, watch the video as many times as you would like to. And if you have any problem, you can use the discussion board and you can post your question if you have any question, and everyone can get back to you. So in this case, we're gonna have this amazing group wherein we can develop our skills and we can handle out all the problem we got to. It takes sometimes to get your head around it, and don't give up. My advice for you, if I have just one piece of advice and I need to provide to the younger me, hey, stop squirreling and do it so fast. So that's all for today. Stay tuned for the next episode of how to use Python, how to master Python, and how to use it to do some linguistic things. Bye.